Good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you may be. Welcome to the Z2R Grand Finals. This is Game 2 between Chromataclysm and levelengine. Chroma has a 1-0 lead, so if Chroma wins, we are done. If not, we'll have a Game 3 at a future date to be determined. On commentary, we have Alandar here, and I believe Mirai will be joining later.
Yep, howdy everybody. This is going to be a very exciting race, potentially our last one for the tournament, but either runner wins, we are going to have a new champion when the time comes, because all of the previous champions of the Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournament have been eliminated, so our new champion is going to be one of these two racers. Like I said, Chromataclysm is up a game. If anyone didn't watch that, I recommend going back and watching that VOD. That was an incredible race. Came down to the last few seconds right at the end. Huge comeback. It was just a total blast to watch. I'm sure this one will be just as good. Our runners are just finishing getting set up, and we should be good to go fairly soon here. Yep, it's not a star seed tonight. This, I mean, it is not technically a star seed, but the spirit of star may still be upon us in how trolly Z2 can be. And we'll see in just a second here. We are off. And it looks like we've got a Dry Canyon West. There's a town right away and a P-Bag Cave. Just jump there, can turn around, head into the caves. Fairly cheap levels. Early 180 on attack, 70 on life, so they should have no problems with the experience levels we've seen so far getting additional amounts of attack. I know Chroma especially, a big fan of high attack as early as possible. And it's the boots. Not very useful on Dry Canyon, but we never know what the rest of our biomes are going to be. Could be very, very valuable. Both runners smartly taking an up A out of the P-Bag Cave rather than take the slow walk when the exit's right there. The start's right there. You might as well. Dark Cave looks like it's not hard container. A little hard to see without the candle here. Levelengine finding our first spell. I didn't quite catch what it was, but we should see a sign of it real quick here. Ooh, and the fairy spell right away, giving our runners access to dungeons. So very open seed early on. We'll see how they choose to route it. Here in Magic Container Cave, we've got a raft, continuing how open this seed is. So I'm sure we're all looking forward to the superb chicken squad showing up later on. Just a raft up here in the upper left, and just head to east. And potential islands early on. Although it looks like just a canyon. The Moas of the east taking just an incredible number of hits to kill on attack too, but going to safely pick up the life spell. Oh yes, correction from Zero Wing. Just the Maze Island bridge, only 2 tiles instead of 1. We do have the raft, but haven't had use of that yet. Just a magic container on grass tile. Good pickup early, especially with the cost of this fairy spell. We'll see both our runners going early attack and life levels. We'll see when one of them decides to start picking up magic. And head into dungeons. But with how open both the west and the east are, I expect that we'll see a whole lot of overworld exploration before anyone decides to dip into a dungeon. Levelengine here finding Great Palace, continuing on. And our Final dungeon over in the west is 5. So, pretty inconvenient dungeons off in the west, but with Great Palace being there, we likely see our runners do east in Maze Island and then loop back to the west at the end just to finish up. Yep, Thunder found here on Chromataclysm's side. So far, 2 of the 3 required spells out in the open. Again, just a very open seed, as I am joined here by Mirai. Hello, Mirai.
Hello, everyone.
I know you would get set up at the last minute here. We had somebody who couldn't make it. Thank you for filling in.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've been on comms, so I'm going to have to carry Grandpa Mirai as he tries to find his trifocals around here to get his cheat sheet.
That's fine. So far, this seed has been an extremely open seed. They got boots right away. It's a dry canyon west and regular canyon east, very quickly available. We've already found Fairy and Thunderspell just out in the open, so...
I was going to say, it seems we have a little bit of deviation. We got Thunder, Fairy on separate sides, and then Medicine, Raft on separate sides as well.
Yeah, one of our runners has been off mostly doing the east and the other mostly doing the west, but I suspect we'll see a reversal pretty quickly here. Levelengine picks up his kid from the trophy cave, and both runners continuing to take attack level over magic, even though they have the fairy spell and the potential access to dungeons. I think it just says something to how fast these runners want to go. This is not weak competition on either side. You want to get as much attack, go as fast as you can.
Yeah, they could be taking a gamble. Maybe the magic key is in the open, or maybe Fairy's just going to drop to something cheap that they're hoping at like Magic 3-ish.
Yeah. Levelengine has found the raft tile up in the northwest of the west.
Even if you could find something like P1, there's probably not a lot of doors in P1, so you don't need a huge amount of magic at a low magic level to keep casting Fairy to get through there.
Yeah, I haven't seen a pause from either runner in quite some time. I don't actually know if they can cast Fairy. Oh wow, 45 at level 1.
Yeah, that's good news for them.
Yeah, that is extremely cheap. So even with only 5 bars of magic, they'll be able to get 2 casts off, which is really all you need to be able to safely complete a dungeon.
So we've seen the east and the west. We've seen the raft tile. What were the connectors going east and west?
The bridge heads over from west to east. That's up in the northeast of the west. We have seen the raft tile, but no one's taken it yet.
Okay.
Maze Island and Death Mountain still MIA. I think Levelengine has seen the raft tile, but I don't think he has the raft yet. Chromataclysm has the raft, but has not been up to that section.
Yeah. We just saw GP. Do we know the layout of the palaces just yet?
I know there 5 is on the west, and I think we've seen the last dungeon, but I don't remember what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, Dash being as traditionally very, very expensive at the start, but very, very cheap at the end.
That's right. I am in SGL mode, so I've completely forgotten all about that. Dash is part of these flags here.
Yep. Also, the great darkness. With this being the end of the standard tournament, we forget that there's still very much no starting candle, and I really have not seen a lot of early candles in any of these races.
No, not at all.
Chroma going to be the first one to dip into a dungeon. He's all the way up to 6 bars of magic. He got plenty to cast Fairy. Only attack 2, though, so going to be a little slow battling his way through here.
Yeah, I missed what he was walking into. This makes me just think it wants to be like a P2 with this pattern, but that doesn't mean anything in the randomizer.
Yeah, I didn't catch the pillars. This is still shortened GP. We're traditional bracket flags all the way through. Nothing special for the finals this time.
Okay, we got our tracker, Mr. Patrick, confirming this is P2 that Chroma has jumped into. And with the key pickup there, so that's nice to see that we're going to see maybe some other keys in just lying around in these palaces for these players. We also don't know what the bosses are dropping. They could be dropping keys as well, which is nice now, but not so nice later.
Yeah, Chroma has picked up Magic 3. Actually, just going with the level as you go strategy figures well. I've got enough for a lot of casts of Fairy, and I just want to play it safe here.
We've got levelengine joining Chroma over here in P2 as well. Quick boss as well.
Yeah.
Always injured. Helmet Head is 8 times out of 10 injured at the beginning. I don't know why that is.
Yeah, I don't entirely know what causes the. I know the life bars are, like all loading bars, very, very weird and non-linear. 500 points from that kill, though. Gonna get chromataclysm. Yeah, potentially 2 levels before the crystal, but I think he's gonna skip by it. Yeah. Oh. Changes his mind. Picking it up.
Saying no, give me that 200 experience from that gem.
Yeah, it just wants to power up towards attack.
Yeah, I guess it's not too big of a deal. I mean, he's going to, is he going to jump the gem and then skip the 640 and then place the gem for the 750? It's kind of the reverse here that he's doing is going to net him the same result.
Yeah, this gives him the benefit of keeping his life and magic lower, which suggests to me that he's probably going to stick on Magic 3, Life 3 for a long time here. Try to springboard some of these attack levels.
He does see that dead end, though. Maybe could have killed that little Goomba, the little juggler guy, I didn't see how much they were giving. He killed one of those earlier. But I guess we're going to sit around and dig the item out of here as well. We don't have any hints for P2 specifically, do we?
I haven't seen any. Looks like levelengine here, even more aggressive on the attack level springboarding, all the way up to 512.
I say hints, but that's just the SGL flag speaking. There are no hints in these flags.
Oh yes, there are no hints. All of our hints are off.
I mean, realistically, what are we looking? We have. Do we know what Reflect is behind?
No sign of Reflect yet. We've seen all of the towns in the west, but I believe only one in the east. So. Running a 1 and 3 on Reflect. I believe that.
No, go ahead.
The 2 spellblock towns, I think one was Jump Spell and the other Life. I'm not entirely sure about the second.
Okay, and I was going to say that the child is already in Level's possession, so it's not going to be child.
Yeah, so Chromataclysm picking up that attack level. I think he's gonna look to be leveling up on attack Magic 3 and Life 3 and just get as many attack levels as he can. I'm curious how many levels it's gonna be, or how much XP it's gonna be before levelengine decides to take even Magic 2 or Life 3.
Yeah, for sure. We're this split in the leveling strategies here may come out in Chroma's favor with if he can drop Fairy down nice and cheap earlier than Level can, assuming we have to rely on Fairy for every palace.
Yeah, I mean, also, levelengine is being fairly successful in his combat here, but he's really cutting it close.
Yeah, certainly. Says no to the red jar.
Yeah, figures he's so low that if he needs more magic, he can just take a death easily enough.
P2 throwing our runners for some loops here. Looks like we're just going back and forth, kind of a little high-fiving, it seems like, in this elevator shaft area.
Yeah, when you get those elevator shafts that go up 2 or 3 floors, and all of a sudden you've got like 5 different branching paths that are a possibility, you're just like, I really hope this doesn't take forever.
Yeah, Level killing that Mago there worth 500 experience. They're usually worth a good chunk of change, but this time they definitely rolled nice and high.
Yeah, levelengine taking a death to go back across this bridge.
Oh!
And the room I like to call my least favorite community room strikes again.
Ah, the double Moa room. One of the best.
Yeah, if you have Fairy, it's not so bad. Without Fairy, like I said, I'm not sure I've ever gone from right to left in that room without dying.
Yeah, that one, it's tough right to left for sure. Left to right is a good bit easier.
Yeah, Yep. Here's our item, and ooh, just a heart container. Now what our runners are looking for.
Yeah, not terribly, not the worst thing to see for sure, especially at these early levels. It's their first heart container. And so, again, not the worst thing, but obviously hoping for that early glove, hoping for whatever you think Reflect might be behind, assuming it's not behind something like Hammer, Forest Blocked City on the east. I don't know if we saw all 4 towns on the east.
We have not. We've saw only a little bit of the east, saw a couple caves, one of the towns, but levelengine took a game over out there and decided that he was going to go back to the west.
Okay. Oh, this is a dead end for him here.
Yeah, he does get a key for it, and deciding to abandon ship.
Yeah, lucky for him. We know what's in there. That's going to haunt him for a while until he finds everything else.
Yep, I'm sure at this point he's just thinking, well, if I don't end up, if that item ends up being required, if that was the glove or something, and I didn't find it in that amount of time, I'm just gonna look everywhere else at the last location in.
Yeah, and when you leave an item behind like that, it's highly unlikely you're going to go back into P2 later, assuming they had to, but they don't. But you go back in there later, and then you're like, where did I go? You're going to have to remap the place out.
Yep, definitely, especially if you come back there towards the end. I know GP is here on the west, so wouldn't be unreasonable for that to be one of the later dungeons that he completes. And how much of that are you going to remember 30 minutes, 40 minutes later when you go back to do your final dungeon clearing?
Exactly. Chroma picking up a little downstab. I saw Level was using that earlier, so he already had that.
Yep, Fairy Spell was pretty much immediately in this seed, so our runners taking good advantage of it to use the incredibly broken downstab.
Also picking up a little jump spell. Nice to have in a few palace rooms, mostly GP. That's mostly like a really big spell to have in GP if certain enemy sets are in certain configurations of rooms and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure. And there's also some just little things here and there, small items that you can pick up by having it. Getting an extra key might be very helpful for our runners.
Level, I believe, jumped over to the east again. This is going to be P1 for him.
Yep, and chromataclysm coming into this dungeon, and I once again didn't pick it up, but if it's still in the west, it's got to be dungeon 5. But
I didn't see it either. I was checking out Level side.
Yep.
Yep. Trails in chat confirming it is P5 here.
Yep. P5 and GP are remaining 2 dungeons in the west. And 444 pretty comfortable levels for P5, but this is a little bit of a gamble because P5 can be long.
Yeah, it can be. And Guma at attack 4, I don't, with all the randomization for, this is a very punishing room on double side, with all the randomization that we have for the stats here, whether attack 4 is rolling vanilla, rolling low, rolling high, I can't really tell right now, but I guess we're going to find out when it comes to Guma.
Yeah, and if you do end up finding the item fairly quickly in 5, and it turns out to be something very valuable, you've got a huge lead because you have to imagine your opponent's not likely to dip 5, especially considering levelengine is already sort of moved on to the east.
Yeah, plus at the same time, if you really don't want to fight Guma here at this level, knowing it's right next to GP, you could always just come back later as the last palace on your way to GP.
Yep. Yeah, levelengine continuing on does not want to take life 3.
Yeah, P1 should be an easy palace for, this is going to be a dead end, yeah. Should be an easy palace for him to find Horsehead in and then get that attack 6, and then after that maybe he'll just stall at attack 6 and use that experience to bump up magic and life, who knows.
Yeah, it's pretty sensible. Chromataclysm, unfortunately, finding a glove block in Palace 5, and he's on his way out.
Yeah, Brian, go ahead.
I was going to say the same thing.
We both saw the same thing. Yeah.
What levelengine is trying to do is, make it so it's as easy as possible for him to be on an attack level when he defeats the boss. As he finds the hammer here, that's potentially a good pickup. We haven't seen a rock block yet, but there's always spectacle rock to give our runners trouble.
Yeah, if you don't see any hammer blocks or anything early on, it's questionable whether it's going to be good or not. It's maybe in the grand finals you'd much rather see the glove again at this point, but I don't know. Could be a comforting item. Again, if it comes to spec rock, something like that. It's not difficult to find. It's right here, right one room ahead of Horsehead, so not really too hidden. But maybe that'll play into his advantage slightly ahead of Chroma here as Chroma's kind of looking around.
Levelengine placing his second gem, gonna take attack 6. We'll see whether he decides to go for attack 7 or starts bulking up his life and magic from this point. Chroma's giving us our first glimpse of Death Mountain across the raft. And there's our hammer.
Yeah, there's our spec rock for sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, as has been the case for most of the seed, one of our runners has the thing and the other runner has the knowledge. Chroma pretty quickly giving up on that, deciding, nope, I'm gonna head over east, over Death Mountain.
Life spell in Old Kasuto here. Not sure if that's going to be good or not. Of course, the amount of life that it restores is random as well. Could be just 1 heart container, could be all the way up to 5 heart containers. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, gonna be tricky to use with only 4 containers worth of buffer and the need to cast Fairy Spell, but pretty strong potentially later.
Zero in chat saying that it looked like 3 bars. I didn't see him heal himself, so that could be the case there.
Six containers good enough for the old lady tax.
What was in the town there?
I didn't catch the sign, although we're certainly running out of spells.
We are really not doing a good job of securing our positions here.
Our runners are going so fast, it's hard to keep track of everything.
They are, yeah.
You have Level picking up Thunder, Chroma going to pick up his spell, and pick up the item from the tower. And 21 minutes in, and we have access and knowledge to what appears to be pretty much everything. We're still looking for the entrance to Maze Island, but with how open this seed is, looks like it's going to be pretty jetty.
Yeah, that connection to Maze Island at this point has to be a cave somewhere.
Unfortunately, that cave can be anywhere.
Yes. So the flute hiding in the watershed in the back of New Kasuto as both of our runners pass by each other here.
Yep, not gonna see a river devil getting in the way on a canyon biome, but could still have a 3-eyed rock cause need for the flute as we pass by the useless river devil.
And there's our Maze Island cave.
Yeah, so everything pretty in the open. Chroma still gonna look around Maze Island. Doesn't have the glove yet. 2 items on here. Pretty sensible choice. Quick detour for this palace 3 or 6.
Decides to dig the palace first.
And it's 6.
Is that to move, or is it if you find the glove sitting on Maze Island, not really to dig out the item in here then.
Yeah.
Otherwise, are you tempted to dig out the item?
I don't hate the dip. Wow, and here's immediately finding Barba.
As early as this Barba is, I don't know. It might be to just step out, go get the items real quick, and Maze Island, and then come back in. I don't know.
Yeah, I would have probably stepped in, but I think I probably would have abandoned this as soon as I saw that it was 6 right away. And chromataclysm definitely getting rewarded for going in with a very quick Barba. This should be... Oh, another dip in the lava from slightly missed Jackhammer.
Yeah, Jackhammer strat's definitely the speediest way to take care of Barba, but also the most dangerous one as well.
Yep. And with him on his last life, reverting to safer strats here. Getting 7 hits on that cycle, though, it looked like.
Yeah, attack 4 looks not to be super strong, or Barba is just super beefy. Okay, looks kind of vanilla-esque.
Yeah, just attack 4 being unfortunate. levelengine has found one of his item caves here in the east, and womp womp, just a candle. I think for runners of both of our runners here's Caliber, the candle is maybe the worst item that you'd want to find. Like even a life or magic container, I think they'd rather see at this point.
Yeah, definitely. Have we seen the desert tile or the water tile at this point?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I may have missed them. It's been a busy east. Chromataclysm deciding to move on. Just going to get 8 more experience points here. Thinking of stabbing that bubble, but just ferrying on.
Is this Sunken Peabag Cave, or is Level taking it past that looks like Sunken Peabag Cave?
I think this is Sunken Peabag Cave.
Looked away for 2 seconds, and he's out of Risen. He's into Sunken.
Yep, looks like they were pretty much right next to each other, and Blue is Alphos giving him the business and the any key.
Yeah, that's going to help with our fairy. No need to cast fairy now. That could help Level just kind of speed through some of these dungeons if they tend to be door heavy.
Yeah, it also means that he can a little bit more justifiably stay here on Magic 3 and just go for another attack level if he wants.
Yeah, that's very true. And I have a feeling that might be what his strategy is. He really, really likes to power level his attack levels, and it's not a bad idea.
levelengine picking up just a magic container on the water tile, and Flute is required.
Taking us to P3.
Well, they both just powering through these dungeons.
Yeah, they both have it. It was the item that was in the shed in the back of Nukusuda there, so nothing too hidden, but still required. And Level immediately forgetting about his magic key.
Yep. It's a decently common experience, you're so used to casting fear at every door, and then the first time you get to a door, you're like, oh, yeah. Or like you turn around and pick up a key that drops, and you're like, that was a waste.
Yes.
We got the vanilla pass-through wall room.
Chroma's still kind of messing around in here, looking for the item here in P6.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have the glove. He still hasn't explored quite a bit of the east. Little surprised he wants to go this deep with how quick this dungeon was, but he wants to be pretty conclusive, pretty exhaustive with his searching.
Yeah, it's hard. It's easy to say sitting here comfortably just talking about the race as opposed to holding the controller, being on camera, and having an audience in the grand finals, but I'm really not sure if I would have done this. I don't know.
Yeah, a quick rebo given levelengine all the way up to attack 7. Will he take it or take the life and magic equivalent? I think he's going to take attack 7.
He's taking attack 7.
Oh, we're both wrong.
Oh, man. Who hired us? This is like discount Craigslist commentators here tonight.
Yeah, levelengine taken 3 of magic, none of life, when he's already got 7 bars. Levelengine's very little respect for life. He wants to go fast. He's having success doing it so far with a 1 dungeon lead on Chromataclysm here.
Yeah. We're about to find out what this item is. trophy something. I was not here for the Rudo discovery, so I don't know what's a Rudo.
I do not remember what Rudo was, but it's Patrick. Thank you. It was the shield spell, so means that we should be finding reflect spell here. Level engine, not even checking the sign, dashing his way.
So we have 2 caves that actually lead to Maze Island here. I don't know where that second one led to. I don't know if Chroma checked that just before I looked over.
Yeah, should be fairly easy though.
So Chroma did not find the item in P6, correct?
Yeah, and that's the second dungeon that he's spent a bunch of time digging in and didn't find the item.
Well, he got the item out of 2, but Level didn't.
Oh, okay. I was backwards there.
Still cost him a lot of time, though, when Level did dip out. And luckily, again, as we know, that was technically the play to make.
Yeah. So far, not a lot of valuable items in the dungeons, but we're still looking for that glove. That's going to be our big question here. And if it's not here on Maze Island, it's going to be either in a dungeon or on Death Mountain.
There you go. Could have saved profit commentators. Hindsight is 2020, but could have saved some time digging up things out of P6 there.
Yeah. I mean, now that he's got the glove, he's just gonna be zooming ahead here.
The thing is, the only real knowledge I think he's got after with the glove here, because it's kind of an item that's just going to be available, is that he just knows there's that glove block in P5, but otherwise Level has not run into any glove blocks that has forced him out of the palace at this point.
Yeah, but with Chroma picking up Reflect here, both of our runners are going to be, well, Chroma at least is going to be in go mode, but I don't think it's going to be too long before Level Engine finds his way to Maze Island, and I would be shocked if he doesn't end up finding that glove the first time through.
Yeah, very quick Karok here in P4. Hard to say if Level's going to dig out the item here. It's the palace here in Death Valley. Might not want to walk back in here later in case he doesn't know, but in case he needs to come back.
Yeah, it's not that long to get to Death Valley, but yeah, Level Engine completing his 4th palace. And just keep busting through him in order here, and he is going on at least long enough to pick up his levels here. Magic 7 before Life 4.
He wants that cheap thunder.
I think he just wants that cheap dash spell. He's going, dash down to 8 or 9 points, and he's just going to be dashing every screen.
Yeah, so I guess with the dash spell being so cheap and being able to just spam it, it might not be, oh, there it is. Can I say it might not be too bad digging the item out. So that was a quick answer for him. Nothing too detrimental in terms of time loss. At least not comparative to where Chroma may have lost the amount of time digging in the P6 and not finding that item.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see that Level's bound to find those caves soon enough. Actually, he's back in the west.
Yeah, I think he's. I don't think has he seen either entrance to Maze Island?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so he may. He's looking around, trying to find any cave that he's missed. He may look for an entrance in Death Mountain. That's going to cost him some time.
At least we get to see what's in Spec Rock here. Magic 7 and 8 magic containers for Level Engine. And our quick Barba in P3 here. Yeah, he might be doing a little digging here in Death Mountain.
Chromataclysm sort of resetting up the corner, but just decides, I'm just going to stab him.
Yeah, I don't Levelengine must have just walked by those caves that led to Maze Island there. They were on the southern side of the river and the canyon on the east there, and they weren't hidden at all. I mean, Chroma walked right into it, and we see this. We do see this often, to where you just miss a cave, and it costs you, and it costs you a good amount of time. It might even cost you the race.
Yeah, we'll see how long Levelengine wants to stay here and look for the pass through. But chromataclysm is in go mode now. He's going to be hitting these dungeons, killing the boss, and he's out. And he knows where they all are, so it's not going to be too long before he's caught up on dungeon count.
Yeah, just north of here is going to be our Death Valley P4. This is P1, of course. Going to be a quick in and out for him. There was a little bit of a trip up on Level's side. I think he went one way, found a dead end or something. So maybe Chroma will waste the same amount of time doing that here in P1. But as P1, it's never too much of a palace. It's never too much of a room count. So Horsehead is not too far in, and then he's going to zip right up to P4, Death Valley. And he's not going to need the item out of either of these places, so he's not going to be digging for anything like that.
Yeah, Levelengine has found Hammer Cave here. He's already got Spec Rock, so I think he's going to get this item, whatever it is, and probably up A out of Death Mountain here and look elsewhere for his Maze Island entrance.
Okay, I was waiting for that. I was wondering if he was going to walk out.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a possibility that it's there, but I think he got a pretty good look around Death Mountain and has confidence that the exit he needs is not there. Gonna do Palace 5 while he's here. Might as well.
Unfortunately, if it's got the glove lock that Chroma saw earlier, then that's going to be a no-go.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, hopefully not too long for him to find that, but just, I mean, it makes sense to do it while you're here, but unfortunately, if it leads to a glove block, it's just going to be more time lost.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Chroma had exhausted all the other routes, or if he just saw the glove block and then just dipped out immediately after that. He was in here with low levels. They were still casting Fairy to get through doors and things like that, so he could have just stepped out. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember that he got to this bridge at the very least. It was very rude.
Yeah, I was gonna say either way, it's not.
There's the glove block. Thankfully, though, with the dash spell, Levelengine's gonna spend a lot less time in here than Chroma did, because he is just literally moving twice as fast on every room.
Yeah. Chroma having to take a little bit of a death, a little bit of a beating from Horsehead here, because he doesn't have enough magic to cast the fairy spell after the kill.
Yeah, being smart though, and taking the death before you kill the boss rather than needing to go backward and hunt down a way to die.
Gotta take that 940. I believe is that attack 6? No, that's gonna be life 5.
Life 5, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Not even anywhere close to life 6. I mean attack 6. Yeah. That's 3160.
Yeah, I think with his progress right here, Chroma is likely to be finishing the seat out at attack 5. Because I think these last two levels are definitely going to be life 6, and then potentially life 7, potentially attack 6. I don't know how much it's going to be. But I don't think Chroma minds. I think the only thing in his mind right now is going. He's got palaces to clear, GP to conquer.
Yeah, seeing as Maze Island was, as far as we know, it just kind of out there in the open, which I think Level's about to step into it right now. He's very close, if anything.
Yeah, he's gonna be pretty exhaustive, checking all of these caves, looking for it at this point.
But what I was saying was that seeing as Maze Island was for the most part in the open, the glove was just sitting there. He might think that Level's already got this stuff, and he is also well on his way. But that is not the case currently.
Yeah, I mean, with either of these runners, they've got to be thinking, the other guy is way ahead. This is looking like a jet seat. I'm already behind with the few errors that have happened, or bad routing, or whatever unfortunate circumstances have befallen them. But I'm curious to see when they hit GP, who does sort of standard routing and who decides they want to start taking some lefts, thinking they're behind.
Yeah, Chroma's been kind of a lefty lately, so it'll be interesting to see if he takes that gamble and if it pays off. And on top of that, Patrick had mentioned a little bit ago, if it comes down to keys and doors, we always talk about that one specific Great Palace room with the double glove block and the door in the middle that you can't ferry through, right? So seeing as Chroma's not going to be digging out any item caves, which is where the magic key was, he's not going to have that. And unless he goes in with a key in his pockets, if we see that room, that's going to be a showstopper.
Yeah, and I have not been paying attention to these rooms for a possible key that you can remember and pick up in any of these palaces. When you are looking to get close to the end and you don't have magic key, that's always the thing that goes through your head is like, okay, if I have to back out and get a key, where am I going to do it?
Exactly. And I just saw that level had confirmed that second cave leads to a complete dead end in Death Mountain there. So technically speaking, the other connection to Maze Island wasn't Death Mountain, just completely unreachable.
Oh no. And Chroma twice now taking a bop into the lava. This time has enough magic to save himself, but he is not happy about the unfortunate luck with the enemies.
Yeah, Fairy is still somewhat expensive there at Magic 6 that he's got.
Oh, and just there's some very tricky jumps. That particular jump, because of the little overhang there, you can't just use jump for. You have to either fairy or do the I think it's around a 2 or 3 frame jump to make that gap. And unfortunately, taking a lava bath twice.
Yeah, surprised he didn't just do a little hop skip with the dash spell there.
Yeah,
but maybe last life he's trying to conserve some magic for Fairy at the boss door.
Yeah, I mean, Fairy is still fairly expensive for him. I think he only has 2 casts on a full bar, and with no any key, he does have to be conservative with it.
That red iron knuckle. Usain Bolt in the red iron knuckle suit today.
Yeah, one drawback of the dash spell is any of the enemies that put and react often react very quickly to you having the dash spell up. And levelengine has dashed his way through completion here on Palace 6.
Oh no, is he going to dig? He did not dig out the items on Maze Island either.
Oh no! Man, this is rough. Levelengine is just full clearing this seed. He's checked almost everything, and unfortunately, the very last place that he's going to look for this glove is going to be where it is on Maze Island.
What's also sitting in the back of his head as well is it in P2 that I left behind is my first palace?
Yeah, I mean that those sort of, whenever you skip something like that, those sort of doubts go through your mind, and the more you go through the seed, you're like, oh man. Oh,
he's gonna grab. Okay, so Chroma grabs that one key there.
Okay, but he's still got, unless he picks up a second, he's just gonna have to use it when he beats the boss here. So.
Guma looking like he's a little deep in P5 today. Oh, he might hang on to that one.
Yeah, P5 being P5, yeah, with a... Oh! Very rude! Thankfully, Chroma did pick up an extra life. He's going to be back up to 3 lives, and just going to be slightly patient, wait for the Stalfos to make the movements. Yeah, P5 is definitely often the longest and maziest of dungeons.
Was that all of loop back to this one room?
Looks like it was all a loop.
Oh, Kuma was right there.
So not actually a very long 5, just an unfortunate 5 if you went down there.
Chroma not having a good time here in P5.
Yep, taken one too many maces. Thankfully, plenty of lives still remaining. Should have no problems clearing with full life and magic on this second attempt.
That's going to be all 6 palaces for Chroma there. He's going to be off to GP, which we know is right by start.
Yeah, and just real quick, we're going to see, is this life 7 or is this attack 6? I'm thinking probably life 7, given how low it is.
Yeah, attack 6 is 3160.
Ooh, yeah. So 5, 6, 7, perfectly comfortable levels, but obviously not as nice as levelengine attack 7. But coming in here, 44, 48 entering GP. That is fast.
Yeah, not too shabby. Almost as good as myself sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen you putting up some sub ones recently.
You don't have to talk me up, Eldar. It's okay. We still need our rematch from the weekly the other week.
Oh, we had a rematch the weekly after that when I finished like 25 minutes behind you.
I mean, I don't really. We could do it again. We'll have to be on. We'll have to be on stream for sure.
For sure. Yep. So Kingbot. Oh, and not
attack
even
5. Wow.
Attack 5, not enough to take him down in one hit. And if he doesn't go down in one hit, that is scary.
Wow, that's very interesting. Attack 5 must have just happened to roll pretty low in terms of effectiveness.
Yeah.
That could mean that. I mean, I believe when it comes to the randomizer, it obviously cannot be weaker than the previous attack level, but it can be the same, I do believe. So it could be just as strong as attack 4 was.
Yeah, if each level rolls up to 50% greater than or less than the vanilla value, and if it rolls less than the previous value, it just doesn't change. So,
okay,
perfectly likely. Chroma hoping for a magic refill in one of these elevator rooms, but not finding it, and he is going left.
Does he try for the fairy? He wants it. He wants it bad, but that's a troll of a fairy. Oh my god. Hold right.
Let's see if he makes the... Oh, just hold left! He made it!
Jeez! 200 IQ move right there. This is why Chroma's in the grand finals, by the way.
Yeah, levelengine.
I'd be in the lava.
Levelengine, unfortunately, just still not finding the glove that he needs, and it's just very unfortunate.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see both the perspective as the commentator and to see how it all plays out. Even when you just watch it from the audience, when you just see both perspectives, and it's just that we knew that there was a window that Chroma had a bit of a lead, but we knew that window could easily be dissolved if Level had dug out the glove on Maze Island before dipping into P6 here. Yeah.
Well, if he finds it quickly, he could still potentially come back in this. I mean, we've seen some pretty big comebacks in this tournament so far. And of course, GP can always be GP.
Yeah, unfortunately, I say unfortunately, but it is just the short GP this time around.
Yeah. Oh, chromataclysm not quite getting enough life from the life spell before that blue chicken gives him the bop. Levelengine is out.
Did he find it? We were looking away at Chroma's attempt to live there, and I didn't see if Level found the item.
I don't know if he found the item or just decided he was done. But either way, he's gonna be out, which is where he needs to be.
Yeah, I guess as we just had talked about just a few minutes ago, that one room in GP, if that pops up, that's going to be, well, not necessarily, because Chroma has the key in his pocket now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he successfully managed to hold that extra key. You know, he had 2 come into the boss room and should be set for that room. I know there are a couple of other rooms in GP that could potentially eat his key, though, and here's the room!
Wow. Lucky, absolutely lucky. That could have been Level's saving grace there.
And there's a huge smile on Chromata's face when he did that.
Preparation is the name of the game here in these finals for sure.
Yeah, Patrick correctly pointing out that this is V4 Randomizer. There could be any number of copies of any room you want.
That would be interesting to see two of those key rooms for sure. I'm not sure if I've ever seen that, but I obviously don't remember every seed I've ever played. So
I haven't either, but I assume it's possible, as Chromataclysm, unfortunately, gonna have to take a death here to fill up his magic for Thunder.
Down to his final life, but there's been a little bit of GP before this point, so I can't imagine that Dark Link is all that far behind Thunderbird at this point. Level still unable to find the glove here on Maze Island. He was so close before. It's over on the kind of westish or eastish side.
Getting some pretty good cycles. Some 3 and 4 hits coming left. A solid 2 hit going right.
That low attack 5 definitely showing itself here.
Yeah, but Chromata showing everyone how it's done. Nice clean kill.
Oh, he didn't grab up stab. Did he? Wait. Okay, he did.
He did. Yeah, I was pretty sure he did.
He was on the way to reflect, and I'm thinking, there's no way he missed that.
Successfully getting the jump list set up there. Gonna be real careful, though. He's on his last life, and his health is real low. Gonna take it nice and easy with this spicy chicken.
We need a heart rate monitor on him right now.
Yep. Levelengine is on his way to 5. But it's not going to be enough. Just a couple hard containers for Dark Link. He could be an absolute tragedy here, but...
Yeah. And there it is.
GG's to Chromataclysm.
Sub 52, full 6 gem clear.
Yeah, what a time to be finishing out this tournament on.
I'm sure we'll have him in here for an interview soon enough. VXR, I believe, has the champagne, and Patrick has, Patrick, there's a bag in the back. It's got some party stuff. Just grab that. The hot tub on the first floor is going to be open. There's going to be an after party for everyone. It's a ZSR after party, and Chroma's here.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead.
Made some weird choices, but that ended up being pretty fast seed in the end.
Yes, it was a very quick. We were watching. for most of the race, and there were some choices in there. The early P2 dig, which was warranted, Level dipped out of P2, unable to find that heart container that was in there, and you both deviated from each other a good bit. You both had, one person, as Elendar was saying, one person had knowledge, the other person had the item. When we saw like the raft tile and we saw Three-Eyed Rock and things like that, and when it came to Maze Island, though, that's where you found that first. And while you did dig P6 for a while, you chose to dig P6 for the item very early, Barba, but you chose to dig P6 after that for the item when the 2 free items on Maze Island were sitting right there. And of course, it was the glove that you were looking for. We thought Level would be able to catch up if he did the opposite of what you did on Maze Island, but he did not, unfortunately. He dug a lot of P6, and I'm not even sure if he found the item in P6 after all of that.
Yeah, it's tricky. The Maze Island can be deceptively long if you have to go through a lot of twists and turns and a whole bunch of rooms. Yeah, I figured it could be anywhere. May as well check. And that's usually how I approach this. 5 and 6 are the levels that I will reconsider actually digging out the item, and for whatever reason felt like doing it this time. I think it was something about those first 2 failed Barbara jackhammers that that just made me really want to get back at Palace 6 in general.
Yeah, it was a really interesting seed in that so much of it was open from the beginning. You guys found the boots, the flute, the way to the east, right away, and it's a real open question of like how to route and how to do things.
Yeah, I think the fact that everything is out in the open in the west, right? You could go to any of the caves, any of the towns, no obstruction whatsoever. Most of the east was available really early too because of the boots being free. So really the only thing to find was was Maze Island, and then the flute, which just kind of came up out of the progression if you were... I can't remember which cave it was in. Yeah, all free, but definitely could have been way faster, optimally done. But you never know what optimal is when you're first looking at the seed.
Yeah, speaking of optimal, you went into Great Palace with a key in your pocket, just in case.
Oh man, I felt so smug when I saw that room.
We were wondering, because actually in one of the item caves that you didn't dig was the magic key, and Level has it. And he had a pretty early on-ish kind of. You were still casting expensive fairies, and he had the magic key, and so that was we wondered if that was going to equalize anything a little bit, and then we were concerned about the room that was in GP that was present this time around. So you went in there with a key, and that could have been a huge showstopper for you, and he may have been able to make up some good time in that.
Yeah, for sure, especially if Dash got in there. Dash betrayed me. Normally I feel really good and confident with it, but the Iron Knuckles plus Dash were not really doing it for me this seed. But, worked out in the end.
Yeah, I saw a few lava baths thanks to Dash there, yeah.
I'd like to say a little more MP would have led to some better fairy casting with that, but honestly it was just falling too fast.
Well, Level, welcome in, and GG to you.
GG love.
I see your name lighting up, but I'm not hearing anything.
Hi. Is my mic
there
on?
We go.
Okay, it's on.
It is now, yeah.
Cool.
So, looking back at the seed there, where do you feel that maybe you lost some time?
How much time did I lose?
Chroma walked into GP what was it, around 40, just shy of 45 minutes? But it was a little bit of a dig in there. There were a few directions he had to take, and Thunderbird was a little deep in, and there was the infamous double glove locked room with the door in the middle. So we were wondering if your magic key was actually going to help equalize this, but Chroma did go into GP with a key in his pocket, so he was able to make it through that room. But we thought, from what we saw, you dipped out of P2 early on, and all that was in there was a heart container. We had seen it on Chroma's side. He pulled it out of there just like a minute or two before you dipped out. But what it came down to was obviously the glove there at the end. But, you both dug P6's item, and of course the glove was sitting there in the open on Maze Island. We were thinking that if you were to check the items first when you hit Maze Island, that you would have found the glove and then not bothered to dig into P6, knowing that Barbara was just 2 rooms in. But you did the same thing that Chroma kind of did, and so you weren't able to close the gap there at the end.
Difference.
I'm sorry?
I don't even know if that would have made a difference. There was still a whole Great Palace to go through, and I was already, Chroma already finished 4 minutes ago.
I mean, it's hard to say. You're also a little behind on finding Maze Island there. You did search into Death Mountain. That was another thing as well. I forgot about that. Checking Speck Rock and finding Hammer Cave.
Well, there was a cave that connected Death Mountain to Maze Island, as I eventually found out.
Yeah, it just happened to be completely blocked off.
Useless cave, I thought.
Yeah, I think there were probably not infinite, just a ridiculous number of ways to play this seed, just because everything was so out in the open. And just the order that you ended up doing things probably is the difference, and that's, anybody's guess how that's going to go. I had my share of problems. There, things that I would have taken back, mostly execution stuff with dash. Were you able to make use of dash at all?
That's what I was definitely going for. I mean, I was using it a bunch.
Yeah, Level Engine was dash engine this time around. There was definitely a ton of dash usage, and it was another thing we were thinking might help close the gap.
I'm glad to hear it, because I'm a huge fan. I feel like investing in Magic early, if it's a dash seed, is a good thing. So glad to hear you're sharing those strats. Those are good. That's good stuff.
Elendar, do you have anything that you wanted to add?
No, I mean, it was a close race at points. A little unfortunate, just bad luck with the glove at the end. But GG to both racers, and hope to see you guys moving on to SGL and Max Rando coming up next year.
Yeah, I can guarantee that SGL definitely making a showing.
Yeah, SGL.
Good players in there. Max Rando, whatever tournament's going to be there in Zelda 2, I'm going to be participating. I'm not quite on the trails.
Let me see who signed up for it so far.
Game, but...
I mean,
well, okay.
honest opinion here, I think that I mean, Trails is a great runner. I think you are on the Trails level. I think you guys are.
I mean, with
an absolute blast to watch.
Specifically with obsession not obsession, passion for the Zelda 2 randomizer. I think Trails has a little more passion for it than I do.
Fine passion? In the same sense of I do, or a different kind?
I don't know.
I look forward to seeing both of you going deep in tournaments to come.
Yeah, there's a lot
Honestly,
of good
same
runners
here.
at the top now, which is really cool, because I think we are going to get a fair amount of shuffling in the results, and there are always going to be new runners coming in too who are making a splash and finding their way in. Animus this year got super far. I'm sure we're
He
going to
got
see
third.
more from that.
His first tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was somewhat similar to Top Life just earlier this year. First time
Like,
Z2R player and did really, really well in Max Rando.
That was literally half a year ago.
Yeah, my 4 losses in Max Rando in the Swiss and then in the brackets were Top Life, Trails, Top Life.
Nice.
It was a good tournament. I enjoyed it.
That's just a rough draw. I'm surprised Top Life wasn't in this one, but I'm sure we'll see more.
Yeah, speaking of other good players, I remembered beating Chrome at least a couple times, beat Trails a couple times, beat Rose City Saints a couple times, but I'm still pretty sure I never even beat Buzz Thunder once. Mainly because I don't see much of them.
A legend.
I'd love to see Buzz Thunder coming back.
That sounds like a challenge to me. To my ears, that sounds like a challenge.
I've heard he's retired, but I mean, it really doesn't mean much these days. He's still a youngin'. He can come out of retirement in a few more seasons as E2R. But yeah, with such a jet seat, I'm there's nothing really that else that I have to say here. You know, just as we pointed out, everything was pretty free and open, just kind of sitting there waiting to be found. And so again, you know, GG to both of you. These grand finals. Chroma is the new standard 2020, new standard Z2R champion here in 2021, taking the crown, the belt, the certificate, what have you, from Rose City Saint, who had won it last year. And
I believe it is a belt.
Just trying to see exactly who's in the SGL tournament so far.
Yeah, we don't have a lot.
Light's been putting up some good times. Light's in it.
I've seen.
But I think unless you got anything else here, Elendar, for the end, I think, or unless either Chroma or Level wants to add anything on top of that, I'm out. I'm out of things. This was a great race, but it was so short and quick that there wasn't too much to talk about.
Yeah, GG's again. That's all I got.
Cool. It's been a blast. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for the tough competition, the nail biters. It's been awesome. I'm looking forward to the weeklies and the seeds of the week in the upcoming weeks. It's going to be fun to get back into that a little more.
All right, I guess VXR, if you want to take us out.
All right. Congrats again to Chroma on winning the tournament. Make sure to give both him and levelengine a follow. Thank you to Elendar and Mirai for doing the commentary, especially Mirai stepping in at the last minute. And thank you to Patrick for doing the tracking. And then for what's coming up on ZSR, there's the link to the schedule in the chats. So until next time, have a good night.
Thank you.